Welcome, everyone. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. And I want to thank you all for joining us here at day 4 of the United Colors of Women, an International Women's Day event. And today's installment is a signature analysis workshop. And this event is hosted by none other than Club Toasted, a Toastmasters public speaking group that meets every second and fourth Saturday of each month to develop our public speaking and leadership skills. Today, we have an amazing and intriguing workshop for you, hosted by our very multi-talented Pooja Saran. But before that, I want to pass it over to our president, Dipti Potnis. Dipti?
Dipti just got disconnected. So, yes, so she will be back shortly. So meanwhile, I will just take over as Dipti, and I will just say, good evening, everyone, and good evening, world. I am Shweta Raguraman, the sponsor of Club Toasted, and I'd like to welcome each one of you to this very unique workshop organized by our very own Pooja Saran, the club's Vice President Public Relations. And it is going to be all about the way we write, yes, about our handwriting. But before I could give away too much on that, let's get to know from the women of the show itself. Over to you, Pooja.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure being here, and welcome everyone. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you are in the world. And such a warm welcome. I think Deepthi is here. I would just like to say hi before we start. Deepthi, if you're around, let's just listen to your sweet voice. And then we will get into this intriguing workshop. Meanwhile, I'll request everyone to get a paper and a pen. If you have, whoever is listening to us live, quickly get a paper and pen and write down something and sign, make a signature, because we are going to tell you how and what do you reflect just by your signatures. Deepthi, before we start.
Sorry, I was disconnected for a moment, and thank you everybody, and I welcome you all to this fourth segment of United Colors of Women, and this is hosted by our very charming Pooja Saran, who is a handwriting analyst and NLP coach as well, and she is hosting this webinar for us as a part of our United Colors of Women project. And I can see many guests here. We have the Nuria joining from Abu Dhabi, and we have many Toasted members. We have DTM Sushmita Patnaik with us. She is one of the esteemed Toastmasters from Qatar, and she has very prolific person. I would say she has been a president of IWA Qatar and so forth. She has many feathers in her cap, and we are blessed to have her here. We have our division G director DTM Alarmel Mangai with us, and we have our division G international champion Rinku with us, and we have Pooja, who is a second runner-up for table topics, and we have so many champion speakers. We have Flossie and everybody with us. So let's begin this workshop, and let's understand what Pooja has to tell us. Secret sauce of success. Over to you, Pooja.
Thank you so much. Such pleasure welcoming you again. Before I get into the science of handwriting, I'm sure you guys are wondering if you have never thought in details what you're writing. Is it making sense? Are you just reading what you're writing as the words, or you're also reading the strokes? There is nothing that, when we grow up, we think of, if someone asks you, what are you going to become? That's not the first thing that comes in your head. Oh, I'm going to become a handwriting analyst. That's the last thing you will hear a small child listening to it. And that was not even part of my plan. I wanted to become an interior designer. Then I wanted to become so many things. In fact, one day I went to my parents and I said, you know what? I want to become a ticket checker in the screen, those movie theaters. And my parents said, why? I said, you get to see the free movies. You don't have to pay for movies. So I wanted to become everything, but not handwriting analyst, because my handwriting was pathetic. And I'm sure a lot of you have that. And a lot of you struggle to write, read your own handwriting, and especially the doctors here. They might be struggling and checking on their handwriting. I was the fourth child of the house, and that's how I got into this. How the fourth child of the house got into it, I'll just take 2 minutes before getting into the science of it. that how handwriting changed my life. Fourth child, the younger one, the pinky finger, and all my adults, elder sisters and siblings. I had two sisters and a brother, but we had a big age gap. And I always felt disconnected. I always felt that I was an extra one. In fact, I was an extra one whenever people used to ask my mom, what happened? Why did you think of a fourth child? What happened with the fourth adventure? She used to say, you know what? It was just out of fun. We never planned her. She was a mistake. And this just out of fun, she used to say. But then as a small child, it came to me that they never wanted me. I was just a mistake, So I felt all the more disconnected. When I went to school, sadly, I went to the same school as my siblings, and they were academically super. Anyone could read their handwriting. I myself couldn't read my handwriting. And I was constantly compared with my siblings. And they used to keep on saying, what happened to your mom when she was giving birth to you? Didn't she eat all the almonds that she ate when she gave birth to 3 ones? That also added on to my low self-esteem. I was completely down, and I used to give away anything. I was working hard and hard. In fact, I worked with Emirates. I worked with Times of India. And I was working extra, thinking that every time I need to please someone, I need to work extra. And I'm sure one of you will resonate with that. Whenever you work hard, work more, you feel that people around you will be getting pleased. I didn't know that. Instead of pleasing people, I'm trying to please myself by giving everything in that. Growing up, traveling around the world, still I was not happy. I got married, and as the fate should be, got married to a person who was shifting again. And one fine day, I shifted to a place where I didn't get a job. That's Kerala in India. And I didn't know Malayalam. And anytime you get into the job, you need to learn that language. That's the kind of job I was doing. And I was jobless, and I didn't have anything else to do. So as you know, the couples, they used to say, no, nothing else. Okay, make babies. We did the same thing. We made babies. And as I got my daughter in my hand, I was like, okay, like just Bollywood movie. Whatever happened to me, I will not let this happen to my child. She will get everything. I was still not sorted. I was suppressing my emotions. I was still with low self-esteem, depressed. I didn't know that I was going through clinical depression. And a lot of people don't really know that this is a clinical depression that you keep on suppressing. I still remember when she was 4 years old, she went to the school, and she came back from school, and she had something on her face that I couldn't read. As a mother, I just wanted to know everything, that everything is safe and sound with her. And my whole life was surrounding her, that she's happy or she's okay. And this expression I could not read. The only thing I could read, that when she was doing the homework, she was digging too hard on the paper. And she was writing letter B. The B was going so hard and with so much of pressure that the pressure was going on the next paper, and the paper was tearing off. Her face was red. She was almost in tears, but the tears were not rolling down. She was stopping it. She was sobbing. I kept on asking, what happened? What happened? But I couldn't get any clue. So as a mother, what I would do is just quickly pick up the Google and start typing. Heavy pressure, kids' handwriting, what does that mean? And that line that I read gave me a shock of my life. It said that everyone who writes with heavy pressure takes all the emotions, and every memory is engraved in them as it's on the stone. Everything that has gone through, my sexual abuse, my physical abuse, all that disconnect, low self-esteem, I was carrying forward with me. It was engraved within me. It was very difficult for me to let go. And when I saw that in my daughter, and I was wondering, oh my God, is that history repeating? Is that going to happen with her too? Whatever I said to her today, whatever she heard, maybe whatever has happened in the school, which I'm not able to get now, is she going to take it forward even till the age of 38 that I was then? And how is she going to carry on with her life? Because I used to write heavy, and I realized that I'm still carrying it on. That took this path of handwriting. I did a couple of checks with my handwriting. I quickly got into the Touch of Handwriting University and got my handwriting analyzed. There were so many things I didn't realize, low self-esteem, resentment, so much in my handwriting that he could see what I couldn't see. And I was like, what? If someone else can tell me that you are having resentment, what's the use of this life? And that's what the shift happened. I started getting into the science of handwriting so that I could help the kids, the little ones, not to store the emotions, not to have the resentment, to know how to deal with the emotions. From there, the journey didn't stop. I got into hypnotherapy, I got into NLP, emotional intelligence, and today my program is running all over the schools with emotional intelligence for kids and graphotherapy. And that's how handwriting changed my life. Today, this topic is so close to me. And I'm going to reveal something about your signatures. That's a start point. Of course, we'll not be able to touch upon the handwriting. It takes hours to do handwriting analysis, but you will know what your signatures are revealing. And that part will come in the end. We want you to hang on before we get into that, because it's the beautiful topic and the beautiful season of celebrating women, United Colors of Women. I have made this special presentation for you guys to see what all signatures are saying for the powerful woman around you, which you didn't notice. And I'm sure you're going to love it. And if anyone who's listening to me, if you've still not got your pen and paper, go get your pen and paper and see how your handwriting or your signature matches with those powerful women that we are going to analyze their signatures. So give me a thumbs up, virtual thumbs up, if you're ready for it. Beautiful. I'm sure who's watching us live, we already have those thumbs ups ready. So here we go. I hope my screen is visible. That's the secret sauce for our handwriting. Okay, I'm going to take you initially. I've already introduced myself today. I am here as a graphotherapist. Of course, I do hypnotherapy and body language decoding. That's what I work with. These are the brands that has already trusted us, and we have worked with handwriting and NLP already. And I'm sure next time I do the workshop, I'll have Toastmasters here, and I'm so glad to have it. So before we get into it, I'm sure you have a lot of questions. What is handwriting? How can you tell everything from handwriting? I get so many questions with it. This is all voodoo. You're just having an energy. No, there is a science behind it. Handwriting has complete science behind it. So this is the picture collected from the research from University of Pennsylvania. And this says that every time you write, there are two ways you communicate. First, you communicate with your words. So whenever I communicate with the words, the area that is lightened in my, or getting energy in my head is very less, in fact, 20%. When you write, the areas that get energies and enlightened, the more neural pathways connect when you write. Now, this is a proven research, and it's also documented in a lot of universities now, that every time you verbalize, only 20% of the brain cells are activated. While when you write, almost 85% of your brain cells are activated. No wonder your mothers used to say, write and learn, write and learn. Give me a raise of your hands if your mother's was one of those. Write and learn. You cannot write like that. I can see both the hands. Yes. And that's the reason. Maybe our mothers already knew the research behind it. Now let's talk about the tradition behind the handwriting. Give me a raise of your hands if you're aware of when you touch a pencil or a pen. How do you touch a pencil or a pen, or when you write? This is how you do it, right? And if anyone is aware of something like this, give me on the chat box, what exactly is this? Give me on the chat box. I would love to hear it. And anyone who's listening to us live, put it live there. What is this? This is a mudra. Yes, you will see Gautam Buddha like this and all the saints having this mudra. Anyone who knows the name of the mudra gets a bonus point today.
Yeah, mudra.
Yes, absolutely. Our president knows it. Yes. Dhyana mudra or Jnana mudra. Chinna mudra. Yes, it's also called as Chinna mudra. Chinna mudra is when you close it, and when you're very straight, it's Dhyana mudra or Jnana mudra. Why it is called as Jnana mudra? Because whenever you touch, again, this is university proven research, that if you press this point of your thumb and the finger of your thumb, bring it all together for me. Whenever you bring it together, this activates GV21 in your brain. And what is GV21, guys? It's called as pineal gland, which you were not aware of. And pineal gland is also called as third eye in our tradition. So whenever you do this, your third eye gets activated. I'm sure you guys have seen Chinese acupuncture, heard about Chinese acupuncture. Whenever you press these points, right? You're activating more of your Jnana Mudra. And Jnana Mudra is your third eye, getting more activation in your brain cells. Now imagine how it all started when your Jnanis and those yogis, they started writing. They used to start writing with a stick and they used to press with a stick. So now you think about it, the element is the wood, the water element was the ink, this element is the fire in your body, if you're not aware of it, and this element is the imagination of your head. Now, whenever you bring all the elements together and you write, how effective is it? That's why anything you write gets manifested if you're using the right words towards it. So Jnana Mudra for you guys, now I'm sure anytime you will write, you will think of it and you'll be able to manifest better. And that's why all the successful people will say, write your goals, write your goals, write your goals. You've all heard Tony Robbins saying, write your goals. No one says, type your goals. Imagine you're hearing them on the virtual screen. It's easy for you to type it because you have your phone in your hand. You'll have to look for pen and paper, but still they'll tell you, write your goals. Because they know when you write your goals, you're activating your neural pathways more and your brain cells are getting more activated, and it's more possibility for you to actually affirm it. And that's where the part of words come in. Now, we're not getting into what you're writing, but you know that how you write matters now. And there is a tradition too in it. Wonderful. You write with three fingers. Thank you so much, Deepti. So let's move forward and see after the tradition. Now you know how important it is. It's also called as a Jnana Mudra. What does your signature shows? Give me on the chat box if you're aware of what signature, whatever guesswork if you have, what is a signature? I'm waiting for your results, for your curiosities or for your investigation. What do you think what signature is? Personality, yes, Sushmita ji. My identity, your initials, yes. Me, fate, yes. Thank you so much for participating. I like this interactive session. Identity, Rosita, thank you so much. So signature, checkbook identity, yes, Flossie. If your checkbook is perfectly good, if your bank account is good, otherwise I will not show my signatures to anyone. Okay, so signature, the word has come from two words, significant nature. So it's divided into what is your significant. You've got so many natures and so many different personalities, but significant to you, absolutely. What you are going to present in front of the world, that is your signature, not what you are. Yes, that part of it is you are, but how much is it or how much you're showing to the world, that is signature. Any one of you from India, I'm sure they will resonate it. There is a parade that happens in India on 26th January where we actually see that what Delhi does and what Rajasthan does. And I'm sure in all of your countries, there are parades and carnivals where all the cities and all different parts of the places come together and they show their uniqueness. All of you have those places, those things in your states, in your countries, right? Give me a raise of your hands if you have it. Beautiful. I can connect it with India because my mom used to keep on giving me that turn of my ears. Go check, see what is happening in India. You will get to know. And surprisingly, in India, when you see those parade happening on the Independence Day, and you will see that in Delhi, there will be all armies, militaries, because that's the capital of India. They will show the strength of Delhi. And there is a place called as Rajasthan, which is all about colorful things and those bright color lehengas, skirts, and singing and dancing. It's so beautiful. So when I was in Dubai, and when I used to see it, it's like, my God, Rajasthan is such a bright place. I would love to be there. And when I shifted here, I realized it's a desert, guys. It's a desert. And Delhi is the crime capital of India. And it was just not resonating. But this is the significance that they wanted us to see. They wanted us to see the colorful part of Rajasthan. They wanted us to see the strength of Delhi. And that's what your signature is. Your signature is your parade personality. What you want to show to the world. Now, a lot of times you will see your signatures differ from your handwriting. I'm sure now you get the handwriting of, now get the meaning of the desert and the colorful personality of Rajasthan and crime capital of India with all those militaries. That's how the difference happens in your signatures, that your signatures are completely different from your handwriting. A lot of us, I'm sure, will have a similar signatures here. So that's what your signature is. Now let's see what is your signature showing to us and what is your personality showing to us. Moving forward, I'm going to make it a very interactive session again. I will show you some of the signatures and I would like you to put it on the chat box and tell me if you're aware of whose signatures are these. And these are all global celebrities, and you will be surprised how much of similarity they have it in the signatures from a graphologist or handwriting analyst per se. Today, you are the handwriting analyst here. So this is one signature, and this is the second signature. Quickly type it on the chat box if you're aware of these personalities. If not, that's okay. Tell me what is the similarity that you can see in both the signatures. And now I'm ready to read the chat box. If you're aware of who these personalities are, and that shows high self-esteem in the signatures. And I'll also tell you where do you see high self-esteem in your signatures. If you don't have it, you can add it immediately. So any guesses, any bonus? Second is Anurati. Absolutely, Azaji. Bonus point on you. A stands out. Letter A stands out. Yes. Okay. So I'll tell you. 1 point we already gave to Azad. This is the first letter, absolutely. The last letter shows high self-esteem. The first letter of your signature shows your self-esteem. That's a Wonder Woman in you. That's a Superman in you. That's your power pose. The first letter in your signature should also be only be capital and double the size of your signatures or regular thing. Like if you see Arundhati, rest all is small, A is big. The first letter is big and rest all is small. Let's see whose signature is this. I'm sure you guys are aware of Kiran Bedi. So this is Kiran Bedi's signature and this is Arundhati Roy's signature. And you guys know how much of self-esteem they carry. They will never bow down to anyone. They absolutely know where they're standing. So if your first letter of the signature is not capital, make it capital right now and make it bigger right now. And now you'll ask me a question, what do we do with the banks and do we change it everywhere? We'll talk about it in the later session of this day. So this is high self-esteem for you when the first letter of your signature is big. Let's go next. Who's ready for the next one? Any guesses for this one? This is called as
Malala.
Yes,
Malala.
yeah. I'm so glad that you couldn't even wait to type. I'm so happy with that. And what about the next one, if you're aware of it? And tell me the similarity. Going up, Pooja Malhotra. Again, more points to you. Both the signatures are going up, and that's optimism in your handwriting along with your signature. When your signature goes up, rises up, that's called as optimism. And we correctly guessed it is Malala. Absolutely. And this is P.T. Usha. You have seen how many of roadblocks, so much of things they have seen, but still they were optimistic. They really knew, they had this hope. They knew that they are going to achieve it. Someplace they had this hope, undying hope within them. I'm sure you all guys will agree. Give me a raise of your hands if you agree to that. Now, why this upward signature is called as hope? Your handwriting is complete your body language now. Look at yourself whenever you pray. Where do you pray? In any of the culture, we pray in India, we pray, look up. When we get, almost near death experience, we're like, oh, God save, thank God, God save me, right? Any place, any culture, you look up and you pray. That means every time you're writing up, you know that there is a better power, there is a divine power, there is something good up. There's a higher energy, higher power that's going to make things better. So every time you write, tilt your signature a little up, not absolutely 45 degrees. 25 degrees is a good amount that we are looking for. All set for the next one. Are we enjoying? Give me a thumbs up or put it on the chat box if you're enjoying till now. Okay. This is optimism for you. Even your handwriting will give you the same thing. Every time your handwriting goes a little up, you're a little optimistic in life. Let's see who can guess this one. Maya
Angelou.
Wow. I think we should have got some prizes for people guessing it. And what about this one?
Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth, yes.
Elizabeth.
Yes. Give me the similarity in these signatures. And don't forget to see the similarity in previous signatures. Consistency, yes, one of these, yes, absolutely. Because you'll be surprised, even the previous signatures had all these. Underline, ooh, I'm so glad that you got it. Both the signatures are underlined. Underlined is, yes, underline is your own seat. You know, those politicians, they carry their seats. Underline is, I'm carrying my own seat. I don't need your seats. That's what underline is for you. Every time you underline your signature, you feel more elevated, you're self-reliant, you don't depend on anyone else. And that's what these two ladies powerfully did. They didn't depend on anyone else for their public appearances, for their public image or status or whatever they were doing. They were self-made women. And I'm sure a lot of self-made men also underline their signatures. Self-reliant leadership qualities, it's something that comes with underlines. Let's see next what comes in. Anyone who can guess this one?
Indra Nui.
Yeah. Okay, and anyone who can guess this one?
Smriti Irani.
Oh, wow. We have a lot of Indians here. I'm so proud. Okay, give me what is the common thing here. Little difficult, but I'm sure.
Going up.
Yes.
Underline.
Yes.
And it has two dots.
Keeping a dot at the end.
And I'm looking for one particular thing.
Two alphabets are capital, rest are small. Okay. So
this is all that you saw in the previous leadership. Yes, all of these will have same. Okay, let me give it to you. This is called as determination. Determination is that never dying attitude, and they both have it. Never say no, never quit. Anytime your handwriting, your any word goes too deep down with extra pressure, that's called as determination. Can you see this Y going extra down and Irani A is going extra down? Anytime your letter has more downstroke, that is the extra energy that you have in your physical plan. You're ready to work, you're ready to give. That is the determination in your handwriting. Now look into your signatures if you have determination. Indra Nui for you and Smriti Irani. And now, how does it come with body language? You've seen those kids who are very determined. I need this toy. I need this toy. That's stubbornness, right? You'll see they'll stamp their feet. When they're stamping their feet, the extra energy goes down. And that's what your signatures or your handwriting shows. You're stamping, you're putting more energy down, and your strokes will go more down. Now, people who have sent me the signatures, now they can relate what is happening with that down part, extra energy. In fact, a lot of people who are into more of a physical adventure, they will have more downstrokes, they'll have bigger Ys, they'll have lower zones more active in their handwriting. So I'm sure now you are wondering if you are really active in using your activity more. Fluidity of thought. Toastmasters should have it. If they don't have it, they should add it. Because fluidity of thought is something that connects. Now, this is a very graphology word. That's the reason I'm breaking it down for you. When my thought can easily be expressed in words, and it can be expressed in verbal words or written words. That's the quality that we can see it in handwriting, that I can connect one thing to another beautifully. Now, this is Priyanka Chopra. I'm sure you guys know this one. Let's see if you know this one.
Jayalalitha.
Wow. Okay, now another surprise. Anyone in for next surprise? I have a surprise for you. Give me a thumbs up if you are into a surprise. Oh, wonderful. This all is not only English handwriting. You can see these things in any other scripts. So this is Jayalalitha's signature in her language. I believe it's Tamil, and that's her signature.
Yeah.
Yes, that's her signature in Tamil. And I will show you where you can see fluidity of thought in the signature. This is a letter 8 in your signature. I'm going to write it down for you to understand how beautiful it is. This is a letter 8 that comes in your signature. If you see, this is a letter 8 that she has. This one has it here, and this one has it here. Narendra Modi has it. Every person who's into public speaking, they have it. Person who's into writing, they have it. this is something that you can add on in your handwriting. Even if you cannot add on, you can actually practice it in the morning. In fact, this helps lowering your blood pressure, bringing more oxygen flow. This has helped so many people in COVID where they had the problems in breathing. So this is Priyanka Chopra and this is Jayalalitha for you. Now I'm going to give you another giveaway here. Tell me whoever is in here from India, and if you've seen when you go in South India, outside the doors of these, the entrance, the courtyard, the old women, they sit and they make rangolis. They make the chalk designs. Anyone who's aware of it? I can see
they make it in the morning.
Yeah, you also. And yeah, wherever you go, you still do it. Yes, absolutely. And you'll be surprised the kind of patterns that they make. Now connect it with the handwriting. That's the chalk, right? That's a natural material. It's a coarse material which presses these fingers. These are the fingers that has been used for that, right? And the pattern that they make is fluidity of thought. This is the pattern that they make. So graphotherapy is nothing new for Indians. We have been doing it for ages. Our grannies have been doing it for ages. That's the reason they didn't have blood pressure. They didn't have sugar problem. Every morning they used to get up and they used to make this fluidity of thought, right? Some of them were really good at telling you stories also. That's the Toastmasters in them. Right? So if you want to become a good speaker, if you want to become a good storyteller, that's something you should practice in the morning, 5 minutes. If you have a blood pressure issue, sugar issues, every morning, if you get up and practice this stroke for 5 minutes without leaving, keeping on continuing, come back in 15 days and you will say, thank you for joining. In fact, you will be thankful and grateful to yourself for joining this session. Just this stroke can change so many things in your life as a change in our granny's life. So let's move forward. Who's in for the last one? I believe we have the last one here. I know you don't want to end it up here. I'm waiting for some yeses. I'm not going to move forward. Okay, I take it as yes, Shweta. Who knows about this one? On the chat box or anyone who knows who's this? Okay, let me give you another one. Who knows this one?
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama. Yes, you got Michelle right. And I don't know, you didn't get Mel Robbins right. I don't know why you didn't get Mel Robbins, but this is Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. This is called as comprehensive signatures, comprehensive thinking in your signature. Whenever your M's have fast strokes, like this is comprehensive. And you guys know whose signatures like this, that I think one of our Donald Trump signatures, you can quickly recognize how fast thinker they are. They can quickly think on their toes. They're very good at crisis management because they don't waste time in collecting too much of data. They can think quickly on their toes whenever your M's have sharp points. So that's Mel Robbins for you. And that's Michelle for you. And this is called as comprehensive thinking in your handwriting. How are you liking so far? Are you checking in your signatures? Are you a comprehensive thinker? Do you have fluidity of thought? Do you have determination? And if not, how are we going to add it? Okay, so we are pretty done with the basics of handwriting. Now tell me, what all did you find in your handwriting? We have a couple of questions. I'm sure we have a lot of questions. We are open for questions also. And we also have a couple of signatures who are, who've been so vulnerable and given their signatures to us for analyzing. So give me raise of your hands if you're still okay for the analysis and I'll take it forward. Wonderful. And if you have any question answers, we can take question answers before we start the personal analysis. It might take a little time. Yes, Sushmita ji, you have a question.
Yeah, my initials, it's a small letter, SP. I'm Sushmita Patnaik. Mm-hmm. So S is small letter. But there is a 8 in my signature.
Beautiful. So do you have fluidity of thought, but you still struggle with some place in self-esteem, right, in public?
I will have to make it
yes,
capital.
I would highly recommend. Yes. And when we do signature analysis for people who are here, you will understand, you will also be able to resonate where your signatures, you can, correct it, because I'm going to give you the makeover also. Yes, we have. I hope that answers your question.
And it is upward with 2 dots below.
You already have all the qualities. No wonder you're a DTM, right? Thank you so much, Ashmita ji. Okay, Shyam Sundar ji, you have a question.
Hi, Pooja. Actually, my question is actually, see, invariably, everyone will try to or intend to write that the first letter of each of their name. Obviously, they'll try to make it big, bold, as well as visible.
Right.
So, don't you think that it's a trait that everyone will be having, and obviously it will come as an inbuilt. I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't have to come obviously as a separate what do you call? I mean, you don't have to show it up, but automatically it comes for each and every person. So does it mean something?
So I'm getting the question as in you're saying that everyone already has this, so everyone already must be feeling good and confident about themselves in public.
True.
Is that the question?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, not everyone. That's what we are generalizing. A lot of people don't have the first initial very strong. You will find people who are across you, and you have seen a couple of people around you who have the first letter capital or big, maybe because your circle is full of leaders. But the kind of people I meet, like depressed and low self-esteem kids, you will find that they don't have the first letter initials. Also, I would like to ask you one question, Shyamji. In fact, everyone here. When did you start writing your signatures? Okay, let's just go more basic. You all learned ABCD in English in school, ABCD in school, right? 1,
yes.
2, 3 in school?
Yes.
Right. Now I want you to think about it, go back in your timeline and tell me which standard, which year you were taught how to make your signatures.
Probably at
around 15.
Were you taught in the school?
No, signature part came in around 15 years old when.
Yeah, but were you taught in the school how do you make signatures?
Yeah. It is first to for our board exams we need to fill in our board.
Yes, you make the signatures first time. Imagine when we grow up, all of your kids are learning how to make mango, sun, tree in the school. They're teaching how to make sun, tree, mango. I still know when we were taught mango, we used to make S. And then the circle, and that's what mango was for us, right? You teach everything in school, even mangoes and suns where we can see it. But we don't teach how to make signatures. Yes, as beautifully Vagaji said that you are supposed to write that signature in your board exams. But no one comes and tell you, how are you going to write it? So what you do, you copy your parent's signature.
Yeah,
or someone you are influenced from.
Yeah, absolutely right. Correct.
Right.
So when I got influenced, I remember that time Pooja Bhatt was a big thing. Okay. And her name was Pooja. So I was like, this is my signature. My signature was absolutely Pooja, but that's a Bollywood actress and completely flop actress. And I'm sure I'm glad that I changed my signature. But that was my inspiration. So I made my signature as Pooja Bhatt signature. You must be maybe copying your father's signature. You must be copying your mother's signature or someone you were influenced. Maybe you like someone's signature and like, this is looking fancy. I will do it. But then what happens when you are a teenager, you are struggling. Okay, another question before I get into this answer. A lovely question. Thank you so much, Shyamji. When you are a teenager, what is your identity? What is the parade personality that you want to show? For me, I wanted to show, you know what, I'm the coolest girl in the town.
A good student?
Yes. For you, it's a good student. For me, I am the coolest one. Any job you tell me, don't look at me. Okay. I want to be teacher's pet, but I don't want to do anything. I'm not the most responsible one. Don't even think about it. You want to party? Come to me. That was the impression that I wanted to show. You talk about money, I would say money is no problem. Money was last thing in my head. My character, how people are judging, last thing in my head. All I wanted to do is have fun in life. All of you agree that some of these we haven't. Sushmita ji, you wanted to be teacher's pet or, responsible. So you will have that kind of personality, right? But now if my parade personality, that's what I wanted to show. And that's what I designed my signature as. At age of 40, if I'm still writing that signature, I'm still giving away that kind of personality. And now I'm wondering why people are not taking me seriously. Yeah. Why they're not giving me money? Yeah. I'm going for interviews and they're only asking me, tum to maze, you're just, coming for fun. You don't really need money, because my first impression, my parade personality is showing that I am not serious at all. So signature is your brand logo, that the badge that you're carrying. But sadly, we are still carrying the badge that we wanted in our teenagers. We've not changed our badges. A lot of us have changed our badges. A lot of us have changed in our signatures. What got that change? Because somehow you felt incongruent. Your body felt incongruent with this language that you were giving for the first impression. And that's how also we struggle with the teenage issues. And now when I do hypnotherapy, I know those inner children release, the trauma that happens from teenage, they're still coming up. That's the heavy writing in your signature that's still coming up, because you're still living that teenage life. You're struggling with money, you're struggling with image, because you've not changed your badge and people are still watching you as that parade. I hope that makes sense to you, Shamsundarji. You change your personality. That's the first impression. Now, the question, if you have any other question, I'm in. I can give you one answer before. Do we have another question? I saw someone, raising hands, maybe. Yes, Mangai.
Actually, you said, the first letter as capital.
Yeah.
I have two letters, capital letters in the beginning. What does it mean?
Two capital letters. If it is your first initial, it's your name. And if it's your family's name. So we'll be doing a couple of analysis and I'm sure you will get more insight of it. When we put our family's name ahead of our parade personality, of our personality, that means every time we are in public, we are always bringing our culture in between. We are thinking of what kind of impression my culture will give it to me. Is it good enough to do whatever I'm doing? Is it in congruence with my culture, with my family, with the values that I'm carrying from my family? That's where I put the family name first. And then I put my name. So if your values and if you have no problems in your family, everything is wonderful, they're supporting you, please put it. But a lot of times women struggle when they get married. They're not in a happy relationship, but still they write their husband's name first and their name later. And they keep on struggling. I've lost my identity. I'm always thinking about my family. No one is looking at me as me. No one is looking at me as Pooja. They are looking at me as Pooja Saran or Saran's wife or this one's mother, because I've lost my identity. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And the question that I wanted to answer even before anyone takes that question is, you don't have to change your signatures. You don't have to go ahead and change your signatures in your bank or any other place. No. And we are not here to give you a makeover and go and write affidavits and change it. We are only here to give you an understanding that if you're writing this way, it's a neural pathway that you're creating. So if I suggest some changes right now when I do analysis, don't change it anywhere. But in the morning when you get up, write it in a better way. Write it in this way so that you get a new neural pathways in your brain and you'll feel more confident about yourself. We are only looking for, if you want to connect it with yoga, and in fact, mudra is actually a kind of a yoga. So if you're connected with yoga, what happens? Anyone who knows what is a butterfly pose in yoga? You fold your legs and then you do like this. Funny pose. But if you go to someone and you say, you know what, you go to a yoga expert and practitioner and you say, I'm having problems in my digestive system and I want to use yoga to cure myself. And this person says, you know what, you do nothing. Only 5 minutes you have to do butterfly asana. Right? You got that prescription. Now, when you get up in the morning and you do butterfly. But then when you go to the grocery store, there's a long line. And you're like, oh, there's 5 minutes. Let me sit and do butterfly. Do you do that? Office, there is no one. I'm sitting for the coffee or something. Let me do butterfly. No, you don't have to do it. 5 minutes yoga is done. You get the benefit of 5 minutes yoga. So why we are doing this signature analysis and why I'm going to give you the suggestion is that do that 5 minutes yoga for yourself. We don't sign it anymore. We don't sign anywhere anymore now. Who signs it, who signs papers right now? No, right? None of us, we use the signatures. That's the reason it's going to work more, because now you're going to do yoga completely in the same neural pathways. So write your signatures in a better way. For 21 days, that's what we're looking for. 66 days, if there's a case of trauma or something that has gone too deep. 66 days, write this new ways of signature and add on new pathways, maybe in your handwriting too, and see the changes. So don't rush to change your signatures before we start analyzing. I hope we all have we are on same page. You're not going to run to the banks. Okay, so we are in for the analysis. I've got a lot of yeses, yes. So let's see who sent me the first one. Okay, the very first one is Rosetta, I believe. Thank you so much, Rosetta. So let's all put it on the chat box, whatever you have learned about the signatures. We all are signature analysts today. So what beautiful things you can see in her signatures. We all can see a couple of things that we covered, right?
She's creative.
Oh, fluidity of thought, you could see that, yes? Yes, absolutely. Number 8, fluidity of thought, yes.
Yes, Pooja. Her signature is going up. All right. So, and her 2 letters. First letter is capital, which shows high self-esteem, and it's going up. And it has underlined,
yes,
which shows her identity. And it has a dot, I guess. No, I am doing it from phone. No.
Yeah, you got that all right. So we already have a signature analyst here. Thank you. Okay, so we've pretty got everything. Let me give you a bit more to it. Whenever you make your lines, and I want to annotate here, when you have your lines like this, it's along with self-reliance, it's also a kind of childish humor in you. You're like that child. When you come across people, you smile like a child. You have that beautiful aura like a child. Rosetta, is it making sense to you? I'm sure people who know Rosetta, they will make sense to it. And you're open to new philosophies. You're ready to take in new philosophies. You like to learn more. And that is from this itch, that the loop that you have it, you just love to learn more. Yes, you are underestimating yourself because your whole name, the name is not complete. I would highly recommend that if you write Rosetta completely and just give a gap between Rosetta and Smith so that you don't confuse and don't mingle up and you don't feel trapped between two things, by your identity and your duties towards your family. When you mix Rosetta and Smita and both the things together, you are mixing up the duties of what your soul being is saying, what your identity is saying, and the duties of what your family needs. So a kind of boundary is you're mixing up the boundaries. So if you remove that, make a little space so that you have your own boundary and Smith also has his own boundary, beautiful connection, that would be really helpful. And write Rosetta completely. Rest all, I think we all have done it beautifully. I hope that makes sense to you. It's a quick one because we have so many people moving forward. Okay, so we have S. Sarah. I don't know if she's around. If you're around, please raise your hands. Shweta, I cannot see her if she's around. If you can help me.
I can't find her here with us either.
Okay, so we'll come back to her. What do you say? Because we do have a lot of more people around.
Oh, it's Sharda. It's Sharda. She's here.
Oh, Sharda. Yay, Sharda. Okay. Hi, Sarda. Sarda. Okay, let's see who's going to give her the analysis. What all you can see in her handwriting.
Can I try Pooja again?
Yes.
Okay. So she has started with a capital and she's written a full, both the names, initial and her full name with a dot. The signature is going up. All right. So she has an identity. She's optimistic and a dot. So probably determined as well.
Beautiful. So we've got so many things, Sarda. Anyone else who wants to put more?
Thank you.
More things here. Going up, capital and space. Yes, Rinku, beautiful. It's going up. You're very, very optimistic. You always look at the better side of things. Somehow you reframe things. Okay, you know what? Something better will come out of it. You'll always be able to manage reframing, at least in public, at least in front of other people. There is a possibility that you feel down, but you will not show it in public. Remember, signature is your parade personality. Doesn't mean that you're feeling optimistic inside, doesn't mean that you're feeling chirpy and all good inside. That is your handwriting. What is your emotional blueprint? That is your handwriting. Sarda, you'll always show optimism in public. That's what you are. Then coming to your S, of course, you somehow feel you're still struggling for your identity in public because Sarda is not there. Sarda has lost its way someplace. Then also Sarda makes a point that she puts a dot also that, okay, I am this now. Somehow you're trying to make yourself understand that this is what it is. Nothing's going to change maybe. So you'll have to remove that dot between Sarda and Sara if things are going better between both of you, as in your last, whoever represents that last name. It can be your husband's name. It can be your complete culture, whatever you feel represents. If they are supporting you, then keep it, right? And remove the dot. I would love to see Sara, yes. Underline, yes. Couple of things I can see in your handwriting is that you are so... you want to do things unique. You don't want to be normal. You want to do some things different. If you're cooking something, like if you cook pav bhaji is some dish in India, guys, and it doesn't have cheese in it. There's a possibility that you will put cheese in it or something different. You will not make the food or something, whatever you like, same. You want to be different than others. Always aim to be different than others. Maybe you're dressing, something you dress, something you do different, that you are known for that different. That's what I can see in your handwriting. There are a lot of more things I can see. Maybe personal analysis we'll do, Sarda. I hope that makes sense to you.
Sure.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes, exactly. You predicted that.
Good. Thank you, Sarda. Do we move forward now? Who has given us more analysis? I think this is Flossie. Flossie, that's you, right? That's our family, I know. Is Flossie
again, Pooja?
Yes, sure, but
fine.
Yeah, yes, please, Pooja.
All right. Okay.
You should go with one men, actually.
I don't have any men. Oh, Azad, yes, you have sent me your signatures. Yes, we will do yours. That's for sure.
Pooja, are you taking some, Pooja Malhotra, are you taking some passive classes?
I quite enjoy doing
shadow analysis.
All right.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Okay, so the three initials that I see, okay, right now, three letters I see, underline, all right, and what I analyze is because I am in the session, but I might have not missed some of your important things. That I feel what she is and what she portrays could be different. She's hiding something.
Okay, Flossie.
The signature is not very clear. All right. It's just the initial.
Yeah.
So something she wants to keep to herself, something that she wants to portray to the world.
Yeah, that's a good understanding to it. I will go with it. If I was a newbie here, yes, I would also believe in that. But when looking at Flossie's signature, the very first thing that comes that she is so loud and out. You do something, you think about it, and then once you've decided, you take a little time maybe to take decision about what you're going to be in public. But once you've decided, you are this. That's very clear in front of you. Couple of things. Yes, I'll say that right now, someplace you are struggling of what image you have to put, what kind of things. And that's an identity shift that you're doing right now. That am I this or am I this? What is happening? So it's not something that you're hiding. but something that you're not clear of, which you're not putting in front of the public. You are a person who would like to put everything clear in front of the public. So some things that you're not clear, you're not going to bring chaos to public. That's what you're looking for. That's one thing. Underline, yes. Optimism, yes. You have all the leadership things that you have it. Flossy, Varghese, FV, giving only what is needed. No nonsense person. I'll give you this because you asked for this. I'm not going to give you anything more, anything less. You asked for this, you will get it. That's what you're completely clear. Yes, people will trust you more in your first. I'll not say that they don't trust you, but when I see more of the body, that's what Toastmasters teaches you. When I see more of the hand gestures, more of the body, I feel more trusted. So if Flossie can be complete, if Varghese can be V, it's absolutely fine. But if Flossie can be complete, then I get more to see about you, and I get more to trust you in public. Right now, people might feel what kind of person this is. It's a curiosity that they get because they don't get more. You only give what you want to give. So that keeps people intriguing, interesting. If you want to continue with that, yes, I would love it. Sometimes you enjoy not giving too much of it. Continue if that's suiting you. If not, then I will suggest that Flossie, the complete first name, would really help you bringing out and maybe understanding what kind of personality that you want to keep. Something in your handwriting, I can see that something right now you're controlling, some emotion that you're controlling, something that's happening around you at present, and I'm sure you will beautifully come out of it. That's what I can see in your handwriting. But high self-esteem, high goals, you have so much of vision. I love it. And look at the fluidity of thought, guys. Who can see that? Can you see this Google fluidity of thought? No wonder you are into Toastmasters. This 8 is everywhere in all Toastmasters. So Flossie, I hope that makes sense to you. Any questions? You can send it to me in person.
Surely, Pooja, we will connect. Yeah.
Okay. Did it all come together?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Pooja, yes, you want to say something, Pooja?
I think handwriting is very beautiful.
Yeah.
And one more thing I want to ask. It's apart from signature, that if this handwriting has a well-defined dot, probably some would just put a dot and some would put a circle. So what is your take on that?
You're talking about the end part of this, the dot part after the sentence, or on the eyes?
On the eyes.
Yeah,
like,
that's that creativity that Flossie has, that she wants to do something different. That's the unique, the desire to be different. That's what we call it. I want to be different. I don't want to be normal. And the dot is the loyalty. And I will show you, I'm sure you'll find a lot of loyalty in it. I hope that makes sense. If you put dot in your eyes, a quick one for all of you. If you have kids who are going for exams, they all have exams right now. Ask them to put your eye dots properly, because whenever you put the dot, it goes directly to this area where you have the focus. So dot your eyes and cross your T-bars high. That's what Mahatma Gandhi used to say. Dot every I's and cross every T high. Dot every I's and cross every T. So cross your T-bars high and dot on the I. That itself will bring a lot of focus in your handwriting. I had one kid who had come to me, and in fact, the mother had come to me and said, my kid has suddenly lost grades. He was so good in last class, and now he's going down and completely gone. And I was wondering what happened. And the first thing, before even I start hypnotherapy or anything, I check for the handwriting, because that gives me an emotional blueprint of the person. I looked at the handwriting. I said, maybe this is not natural. So I called the boy and I said, write something for me. And he started writing. He started writing too big. And then as he was writing, it became smaller. And then he did some gesture and he hit himself, and then he started writing back again big. I was looking at him. I said, what happened? What are you doing? He said, my teacher wants me to write big, where he was a small writer. So his teacher, in fact, got him in front of the class and showed his paper to everyone and literally criticized him. Can you read these ants? He was a very small writer, and he was getting good grades because he was writing small, because he was focused. He was completely focused. So you have your pen and papers in your hand. Give me a raise of your hands. You all have pen and papers, right? You all write your name completely big, completely cover that page and write your name. Big as you can. And this is a lesson you're going to take it for your kids and for yourself. As big as you can. Fill up the whole page. And we are recording this session so that you can see later on what is happening here. Give me a thumbs up if you're done with it. Beautiful. Yes, this is how big I want. Yes, absolutely, Nurian. Now reduce. Shushmita, you already got such a small page. Okay, now reduce the size of whatever you have written by 2 times. Once done, give me a thumbs up. Good. Now reduce it further 2 times. Okay, now reduce it further 2 times. And now as small as you can make. As small as you can write. Okay, one last time, please. Reduce it one more time. Just for me. Wonderful, wonderful. Did you notice that how concentrated you were? Now you will watch the recording and you will see your whole body language came down. You were completely concentrated. If someone would have moved around you, you would have not been bothered. Right? You would have missed out on that. If I would have said wave here, you would have missed out on that thing because you were concentrating completely. So when your kids are writing small, they're concentrating. Don't make them write big. Write big because I cannot read it, because you break their concentration. Now they're completely distracted. And that's what is happening with that kid. He was writing big, and was writing small, and the teacher made him write big, and he's lost all his concentration, he lost his grades. So make sure that you are not changing your kids' handwriting, at least when it comes focused for the exams. So dot your I's, cross your T-bars high, and write small for the kids to start with. Mangai ji has a question. Please, DTM Mangai.
Yes, Pooja, I just want to know, if we leave the kids who don't write it legible, and, there are chances of them losing the marks in the boards, because, it has to be clear to the examiner, whoever is correcting the papers, right? But for that only, we keep correcting them. So how to handle that?
Completely. I completely agree. Yes, we keep correcting them to write legible. Your handwriting is illegible. Any child's handwriting is illegible. That means some chaos is happening in his life. Every chaos in the life is reflected in the handwriting. There is an emotional disturbance. So if the handwriting is not legible, we need to see what is the emotional disturbance that is happening. And handwriting is too legible, too straight. That also shows the sign of OCD. That is obsessive compulsive disorder, that you could see that in last handwriting. It was completely straight. It was perfectionist attitude. So both the things are extremes. So we need to see what is the emotional chaos that the child is going through. Legible, yes. Small, big is something that we should not be changing, because that's the foundation of the child's whole emotional status. That is what I am billed as. If I'm billed as an extrovert, I will write big. If I'm billed as an introvert, I will write small. So legible, we should be doing it. But before making them write legible, we need to see, because the handwriting is showing the body language, internal body language. So what is the emotional status that the child is going through? That's something I would look into. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, partially, but still, I'm a little confused with some kids are, they are not comfortable at all in writing, but,
yes,
they may be, so fluent in answering, they'll understand the concept. But when it comes to, you ask them to write, they don't want to.
Yes, I completely agree. In that case, we are looking for the neural pathways that has not been developed. So we are 3 kinds of people. We are kinesthetic, visual, and audio. A lot of people who are learning from the visual patterns. And that's the reason we have different boards. If you're aware of ICSE board, CBSE board, GISA, Global Board, and Oxford boards, all these boards are made for different kind of learners. So not every board is okay for every child. Like Montessori board only started for kids who were kinesthetic, who didn't understand while seeing or listening. They wanted to feel while doing it. So those kids, how much ever you tell them to write, they get bored of writing. They don't write because they're kinesthetic. Now the whole system we cannot change. We cannot tell the teacher, you know what, you ask him, he will tell you everything. But writing is not his make, because that guy is kinesthetic. He understands rather than working with visuals and the auditory. So that's the make of the child. Sadly, these children will have to struggle writing till the time teacher wants them to, but they can enjoy writing while doing fluidity of thought. If you can give these patterns as we do it in graphotherapy, make them do fluidity of thought for a while, do mandalas for a while, and then they will start getting that neural pathways and they will start enjoying the writing too.
Okay, so they have to be taken to therapists like you, or
yes, therapist, or therapist is too a big word, but yes, someone who can help them, guide them. And yes, before even helping and guide them, I would definitely love to see the handwriting, to see what is happening emotionally. Is it really a kinesthetic person, or is some chaos happening? Because if it's a teenager, there's a lot of chaos that we don't see, and a lot of things that happens in the child, especially with the COVID situation, that we are not able to see. Yes, I would definitely suggest a couple of exercises that will help them build up that neural pathway of writing so that they can enjoy it.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, I hope, Mangai, we could answer your question.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes,
does this handwriting pattern show any inclination towards suicidal thoughts or something?
Yes, absolutely. I can give you 3 quick tips where you can see the suicidal thoughts coming in the handwriting. The handwriting going down, that's one thing. The T-bars going backward. Whenever you write T-bars, your T-bars are actually from left to right. All of you do that, right? Don't tell me that you do right to left. Right? If you're not left-handed, generally it goes left to right. So T-bars going right to left, going towards, and all the handwriting messed up completely. That's what we are looking for. More of the scratches and scribbles. These are those suicidal tendencies. Yes, there are a lot more. Not all of these are completely, we have to trade stack. It's a kind of doctor's analysis that we do. But these quick 3 can help you in making them understand. The whole handwriting, writing backwards, if you see the handwriting has a slant. So sudden change in the slant shows that the person suddenly started getting scared of the kids. I had this case where the teacher called me because I was counseling kids that time in Kerala. The teacher quickly called me and she said, the handwriting has changed of this girl, because she was listening to what I'm saying. And I spoke to this girl. This girl used to write forward. All these handwriting was forward, lovely. And one fine day, it just went back. And for a whole month, she was not talking to anyone. They were trying. We could understand that she was sexually abused. We could just see it from the handwriting, because the handwriting shifted back and now she's getting scared of the kids. We could find out just through handwriting. So that's one of other tips that you can see. A quick change in handwriting, some kind of will give you a red alert there.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yes.
I wrote a question that if the child, like 5 years old, he hold the pen like that, with its 3 fingers.
Yeah.
So do we have to teach him, to force him to change, or
don't force them to do anything? They will enjoy it. It's just 5 years old. Let them do the scribblings and all. Yes, there are proper classes to teach them how to write. There are, in fact, pencil grippers. You will see it online. You can call for a pencil gripper. They teaches you how to have a whole good grip on the pencil. If they start it right now, it will help them in further, but they will get a hold of it. So 5 years is too small to worry about, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we do have question from Flossie, Pooja, and Shushmita. Do you want to take the questions forward? We do have a couple of analysis left. So can we do the analysis first? Shweta, you can take the call.
Go ahead with the analysis.
Okay. I know Shweta's analysis also there. And this is Shweta, I believe, right? Shweta, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
Okay, guys, give me what you can see jumping out of Shweta's signatures.
Shweta is in complete chaos at the moment.
Okay. Can I try?
Yes, absolutely. Whoever has raised your hand, if you've raised your hand for the analysis, Unmute yourself. Pooja is not going to give anyone chance. So unmute yourself and jump in. Yes, Pooja, go ahead.
It is starting a circle, then going, then coming back. So, a lot of concentric circles.
Yeah.
Okay. You can see a figure 8 formation as well.
Yeah.
There's outline as well. But I'm nowhere close to judging. But what I feel is like not clarity. Going in circles. Not a clear path. This is what I think.
The public image, yes. We don't know what inside. Yes. Maybe inside she's all clear and she wants to give this impression that, what, I'm very confused right now. Don't talk to me. Okay. Yes. Very, very good attempt. Anyone else who wants to add on for Shweta here before? Yes. Rinku, beautiful. Yes. We can see number 8. We can see underline. We can see going up. You're very, very optimistic. Number 8 shows that you're very creative. You have that clarity of thought. It might come in words. It might come in the creatives. And no wonder you are I think she was one of the best PRs, right? The kind of creativity that you show, that shows in your pattern 8. One thing I can tell with your signatures is that you are very, very open. You're very frank. Whatever you feel, you will give your opinion right there. You don't hide saying a fat is fat or thin is thin or good is good, bad. You don't manipulate here. You're absolutely what you think. But you don't give opinions till the time asked for. You will wait. In fact, people will keep on asking till the time they really ask you, then you will give them a good one.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you will keep your opinion to yourself, but you're very, very frank about your opinions. You don't manipulate your opinions. Right now, what I can see, yes, you're a little confused in terms of your identity. Yes. If you put a clear thing of Shweta in front of public, that you'll feel good about it. That's one thing. Also, I will say that you're listening to too many people. So you listen to everyone. And that may be one of the problems, that you are, getting too many of opinions or too much of information that right now might not be required, because your ears are very open. You listen to everyone. I don't know whether you follow or no, that I'll be able to see it in your handwriting, but you're a good audience. People will maybe grab hold of you and tell you the stories. And you're like, why are you telling me all this? But you're a very good audience that I can see. You listen to a lot of people. Shweta.
Because of that, she's a good evaluator also.
Yes, absolutely. So that's what I could bring out. I hope, Shweta, that makes sense to you.
Yes, that's fine. But I got my signature analyzed in the past. And, the reason I chose that signature is I actually deliberately changed my signature when I was 15 because I had a fear that, of forgery. I just wanted a unique signature in a way that no one can, replicate it in any way. And yes.
Good job done. No one can replicate.
So few years ago, when I got it analyzed by just a family friend of mine, they're saying the way I do my signature, I overwrite it. Yeah. You would have noticed I overwrite. Yeah. And they said that overwriting a signature is not a good thing.
Yes.
So I just want to know, is it
yes, overwriting anything is not a good thing. That is overwriting your own thoughts, that you've decided something and now you're overwriting yourself and you are rethinking about what you've decided. You are rethinking about it and you are basically substandarding what you already thought, and you keep on rethinking on what you are doing, and in front of public especially. Signatures again is a very, very specific thing about public. We cannot tell you what exactly you are, but that is what your public image is. So you keep on reevaluating, as Deepti rightly said, evaluating and reevaluating and evaluating and reevaluating how you are in public. That's, yes, overwriting is not good. Beautiful thing that you said, copying signatures. No one can forge your signatures. My mentor is one of the world's best forensic document examiner. They examine the signatures. No one can copy your signatures, because as your signature is as unique as your DNA, because your personality is as unique as other person's personality. So no one can copy. So much so that if you have a headache, I can see it in your signature. If you are pregnant, I can see it in your handwriting. I can also tell you what child you are expecting, the gender of the baby. Imagine if your signatures were same. So a man doing your signature, and if you are pregnant, he will be shown as pregnant. So that's not possible, right? We can see first stages of cancer in your signature, and so many things in your signatures or handwriting. We can see a lot of mental disorders, Parkinson's first stage. We can see so much in your handwriting. That's not possible in anyone who's forging. So no one can forge your signature. Chill about that. You can make your signature clear now.
Of course.
Okay, can we move forward? I hope, Shweta, we did justice to your signature. Oh, Amrideen, I hope he's there. He did tell me that he might not be able to make it. Shweta, is he there?
Yes, Amiruddin sir is over here.
Can anyone tell me how and what you can see in his signature?
Can I try?
Yes, please.
All right. A very clear, concise thought.
Yeah.
Okay, what he wants to convey, right? Very straightforward. Underlined with 2 dots. Okay. Whatever the underline means, like he wants to enforce or he's determined. Dots that he wants, and there are 4 dots in his signature.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
And clear. But I'm nowhere. Again, I'm saying I'm no one to judge, but she comes across as a very clear, straightforward personality.
I think all of us can resonate with that. Oh, I can give you, yes, completely determined person. You are so determined that once you have decided that you're going to do, you will not, you will keep on doing it, you've got extra energy in your physical plan. You're very nurturing. You like to, that is something that not everyone will understand in your personality. Of course, I would love to see your handwriting more, but you come across as a very nurturing male. Or someone who's always taking care of people. You have that beautiful feminine side of yours that you like to nurture. I'm sure your kids will resonate with it, that you're always nurturing them more than what big father figure supposed to be. That is that side no one maybe must be knowing about you. Another thing, that you are a well-read man. You love to know about different culture. You like to, maybe if I tell you something about India or something as my clan, you would love to know more. You would love to. You are a reader. You are into literature. You are absolutely, you will just by like this, and you will listen and you will read. You like that space about yourself. Also, you are a loner. I'll say loner means you need your space. You can be happy without people and with people. You don't depend for your happiness to other people. That's something I can say. You find happiness in yourself, in your literature, in something that you're doing. I hope that makes sense to you, Amruddinji. Give me a thumbs up. I'm really looking forward for your thumbs up if we could analyze. And people who know him can understand that. Oh, we couldn't hear you, but I'm sure it is yes. Good. Okay, so that is Amruddinji for you. And let's move forward if we have. How are you guys liking it? I hope you guys are enjoying it. Wonderful.
Loving it, Pooja, loving it. And I'm sorry to...
Oh, please, I am loving it. I'm having a company. Thank you, Pooja. Okay, whose signature is this? This is, I know. I'm not going to tell whose signature is this. Let's guess. And let's analyze it first. Give us the good points and all the leadership qualities that you can see in these signatures.
Going up.
Yes, going up.
2 dots.
Going down deep.
2 dots, underline.
2 dots, underline.
Number 8.
Yes. Number 8. Yes, we know number 8. What else?
Going down deep.
Going down deep, yes, too much of physical energy and very ready to go and do stuff. The doer. This is the doer here. Number 8, yes, absolutely.
And there is a cross in between the letters actually.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a cross, yes. In fact, that's the moving forward like this. This is an extra enthusiasm in her. She's so enthusiastic.
Okay.
And there is a beautiful trait called as caution in her handwriting. Whatever she does, she is very cautious. She takes care of being very, very careful to what to talk, to whom to talk. She knows exactly how much to talk to whom. This personality is very, very cautious, and I'm sure that's the reason she is there where she is. Let's see who could guess this personality.
Juliet?
No. Okay, I want to know.
Lakshmi, Nagalakshmi.
Oh, Mangai. Yeah.
Cautious, absolutely beautifully cautious, enthusiastic, so much of determination and so much of fluidity. Yes, I would love to see Mangai completely as if your first initial is there. More power to you. So much. I don't know where you will reach if you are writing Mangai. Already, MN, you have reached so much. So if you write Mangai, I don't know where you will reach. But beautiful caution. That's very rare to find. If you are tilting your signature this high, I'm just giving you a note of, alert. If you're giving the signature this high, sometimes when you're sending me the signature, it just tilts this high because of the pictures that you take.
But it is because of the picture.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. If any one of you is tilting your signatures this high, you'll be surprised to feel that you are having a lot of shoulder pains here and a lot of stress because you are putting too much of stress yourself. It's like your every goal for you is Mount Everest. It's not a hill. Every goal for you is Mount Everest. Okay, when I reach the peak, then I'll be happy. Whoever has done the trekking, any one of you done, you know, when you go trekking, you cannot stop and do camping or eat pani puri or enjoy. You cannot do selfie on trekking, right? But when you go to hill station, you can do all that. So when your signatures are too high, that's that Mount Everest you're putting, you're stressing yourself for your goals. But you tilt a little less, you're enjoying the journey also all this while. So 25 degrees is something that we're looking for, not more than that. Don't give yourself stress. Your shoulders will ache. You'll have spinal problems. So many things that you will see in your handwriting as it changes. It will change in your physical body too. Mangai, I hope we did justice to it.
Oh God. Love it. Love is. I never know that. I know I have this much leadership qualities.
I think we all could see it. Now we know the secret behind it. Now everyone will have signatures like you. Okay, we have Juliet. Thank you. We have Juliet here. Juliet. Okay. Pooja, do you want to go ahead? And anyone who can type in the qualities of Juliet here? And let me know if you are getting late, guys. We can close it down anytime because we're done with our workshop. Now we're just having fun. Shweta, are we late? Are we on time?
I am yet to see. I was so engrossed in it that
we are so engrossed we forgot the time. It's
exactly.
Okay, so when do you want to
everyone is really interested to go further. So let's just extend it for a few minutes even if you're late.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we have Juliet. Juliet, are you there?
Yes, very much here. Waiting for it, Pooja. Go ahead.
Wonderful. We are really enjoying this Women's Day. Okay, Juliet, Gladys, right? All I can see in your handwriting is just so creative. You can visualize so much. And you can never sit at one place for a longer time. You're so restless, aren't you? You're like 2 hours at one place is something that you will not like. You'll keep on moving here and there, isn't it? That's something that you like. Okay, why do I have to sit for?
New.
Sorry?
Keep doing something new.
Yeah, you get very restless. If it's not interesting you, if this workshop was not really interesting, you would not sit here. You will close it. You will just go for a walk and come. That's the extra energy in you. COVID must be really sad for you if you're not going out because of the extra energy and so much of imagination that you have in physical plane. You are a manifester, Juliet. You think of something and you can manifest. Yes, these things also happen with bad things. Sometimes you think that this is not going to happen, negative, that also comes true. And with, this quality of manifester comes a big responsibility to always think positive. The kind of wise that you make, this is something that we are looking for. A very, very manifestation, the quality of manifesting anything that you have, good, healthy wise, good, healthy physical drives that you have. Yes, we would like to see Juliet completely. I can see that one thing in your signatures that you are completely direct. You don't run, you don't beat around the bush. If you have some work to me, you will not say, hi, Pooja, how are you? I'm sure everyone here can resonate with it. This and that. You will quickly tell me, you will immediately, did you do this? Can I do this? You're not beating around the bush. You're that one person who will come straight to the topic. Right. Of course, you're giving more focus on the J that is coming first. And always you think about the family, always you think about whatever I'm doing, is it in alignment? You're always thinking about them first and then next you.
Jay Surya, my father's name. I didn't change my name after my wedding. I want to keep the same initial. I don't want to change my name. So, and this signature is what I'm continuing for quite a long time, like how I started off.
Yeah.
From then on, it's just the same.
It's a beautiful thing if you can continue like this. Yes, a quick note, underline note. If you had good relationship with your father, you didn't have anything that needs to be resolving, keep it. If there is something that needs to be resolving, then for a while, I would like you to remove it, work on it, and then bring it. Because every time you're putting it, you're bringing yourself those neural pathways again and those memories again, which might not be good for your emotional health. That's something that I would highly recommend.
Okay, thank you. That's really good.
Welcome. Okay, let's see if Azad's signature has come here because he's really waiting. This is Azad, right? Did we get you, Azad? Okay, let's.
I would like to add, Azad is, he will look at the chaos from a distance.
You're so right. Yes, we can see that. What all qualities you can see in Azad? Yes, pattern 8. Can you see all postmasters have it? No wonder we are here.
Capital letter.
Fluidity of the thoughts.
Fluidity of thought, yes. Very clear. Yes, absolutely. Look at the Zs. Yes, such creativity you have, Azad.
Optimism.
Absolutely, optimism. And again, Azad, I would like to know if you're really tilting it up or it's just the signatures. If it's just the picture that you're sending me, it's tilted up, then keep it. Otherwise, if it's so tilted, then 25 degrees, something that we're looking for. What else? Can you see the determination here, guys?
This is how it is actually. It's tilted.
Okay, tilted so up. So just 25 degrees is a better thing. Maybe you might be feeling a little pain in your back or spinal or someplace. So that's something that I'll request you to put a little down. Determination is so good. You've got so much of new ideas. You're full of ideas, man. I'm sure all of you who knows Azad will resonate with it. You've got so much of ideas, so much of new things in your head. And you also,
Pooja, we want to put him now.
Oh, he's amazing with his ideas. And also one thing I can see it in your signature, Azad, that you are hungry to learn more. You are always grabbing something new. You're ready to learn new philosophies. You're open for new philosophies. In fact, you're looking for it. You're always searching for it. Anytime if someone bribes you, you know what, come here, I'll teach you new philosophy. You'll be like, yes, I'll come. You're always in for learning a new thing. That's something you start. Your starting point is something like that. You connect with people who has new ideas, new philosophies. That's your connecting point.
Very well said, actually.
Beautiful.
That is the reason he is in Club Toasted. You know that that he loves to listen to new things and new ideas. That is why he wanted to join.
Yeah, now we need your ideas. Okay,
where is mine? As our president says, actually, the new ideas doesn't come out to the club, actually.
Okay, so guys, this is just a sum up of your signatures. Yes, Azad.
Anything else?
Yes, we have so much. I can give you so much, but then other people already are raising their hands.
No problem. I'm very much thank you. I mean, it's awesome.
Thank you.
Pooja, where is mine, Pooja?
I'm not getting yours. Do we have?
On your WhatsApp.
Okay. So here we are done with the signatures that I had. Yes, we'll see if we can get other signatures. Shweta, do we have other signatures?
Yes, I have DTM Sushmita's signature with me. So I will just share the screen and
yes. And Rinku's signature also, if you have it.
Yeah, Rinku, you can share me yours if you don't mind.
Shyam Sundar, you have a question. Pooja, you have a question. Please open if you have any questions. You please go ahead till the time we do that.
I have a question. Sorry, it is not with the signature,
Yes.
Pooja.
Yes.
But I wonder, all doctors are so highly qualified, so intellectual, and they save the world, but all their handwritings cannot be read. But they have a lot of clarity. They have clarity, right? They're curing people. So why this fragility
You need
the
a
writing?
training for handwriting analysis for that, but I'll still give you the answer. What say? Okay.
All doctors.
All doctors, there is a reason behind it. There is a science behind it. When the doctors write, first of all, they do these studies for almost 4 to 5 years. And they learned the chemicals, the names of the chemicals in the language, which is not their original language. It's Latin or it's German. So half of the times they have forgotten the spellings of those chemicals that they are giving it. Trust me, half of the time they don't even know the language of it. They have learned so many of that, they don't know the spelling of it. That's one thing. And that's the reason they scribble, because they don't know the spelling of it. Now, if you have to analyze doctor's handwriting, don't analyze the prescription. Because when they are writing the prescription, they are on surface thinking. As a scientific handwriting analyst, I'm telling you that what we call it as surface thinking. They don't think beyond the surface, because every illness, every disease, especially the general physicians, has a season. You go to any doctor and say, I'm coughing, I'm not able to breathe properly. He knows that there's a COVID. He will not investigate much more. So he will do surface thinking that his M's and N's will not go high. It will be very close to the baseline. We call it as surface thinking because they're not investigating. First illness, first patient comes in and all the patients are almost same till the whole day. And their writing becomes like that. Okay, another quick question for everyone. Any one of your teachers told you to write 100 times as a punishment that I will not speak in the class. I will not speak in the class.
Yes.
Yeah. First of all, it's a wrong information, because when I say I am not speaking in the class, I am putting word in speaking. That's a wrong law of attraction. I'm still speaking. Secondly, if you see by the time you go 50th line, 60th line, your handwriting becomes like doctor's handwriting. Because you're done with it. You've written it hundreds of times. And that's what is happening with doctors. They have written the same prescription for hundreds of times. So you become surface thinking. So analyze doctor's handwriting. Tell them to write a note to the class teacher of their son for a leave application. Or maybe write a love letter and then analyze their handwriting. That will be the true handwriting, not the prescription. I hope that makes sense to you, Pooja. Okay. Yes.
So I'll just go ahead and share the screen now. So This is DTM Sushmita's signature.
Okay, let me see if I can see it. Okay, come on. Pooja, you want to go ahead? Who wants to go ahead here? Number 8. It's so common everywhere. Now, the first thing you will do is, before getting the members, check their signature and see if they have number 8, right? Okay, underline. Yes, absolutely. Determination, solid determination. We can see it in her handwriting. Dots, yes. Now, dots is something positive, negative, a lot of things, and there is a trait behind it. We'll cover it maybe in other sessions of ours. But Shushmita, right? That's the name.
Yes.
I would like to see more of Shushmita, because Shushmita, you have so much in your head. Your imagination goes vague. You are right now into some search of, you're looking for answers. You're looking for why this has happened. You're looking for why all this happened. You're above the baseline right now. You're above the mundane zone right now. That, who's doing this? How do we do it? You are going above. You're looking for answers from a higher perspective. Maybe a spiritual awakening, or something that you're more into spiritual, a path that you have chosen recently. If your signatures was not always like that, that's what you're coming across. And also you connect with more people who are more into that path finding, more into why, the purpose of your life. You're looking at that right now. That's something that I will say. You always, before you take out a new decision, you always go back in the past. We call it as persistence. You're very, very persistent. Whenever you fail, you go back and you learn your lesson and then you come back. You'll not give up. You will go back and you will see where did I go wrong and then get a new lesson and come back. But you will not give up. You're very, very persistent. You'll get some new idea. And there are times, someplace you're still doing something again and again and again because you don't know how to give up. You don't know how to say no. That's something that I can see in your signature. Persistence, fluidity of thought. Some place you're looking for more answers. Why? And you're looking for answers. What happens beyond this, Overall, I would love to see your name in the front. That would really help you a lot. I hope that makes sense to you, Sushmita.
Yes, but my second initial is more prominent, not S. P is more prominent. So what does it signify?
Yes, of course. As you rightly said, P is your last name, right? It is your husband's name, your family.
My father's name.
So it is a kind of a boundary clash that I'm looking for between you and your family. Someplace there are no boundaries. Anytime your last name is overlapping, you're merging in each other's boundaries. Someplace you've lost the boundaries of each other. So separate it. Give a little space to each other. And when you're merging the boundaries, good things comes, of course, but a lot of trauma, a lot of energy exchange happens, which you're not really looking for. Sometimes positive, sometimes negatives too. So think about it. If you can create a shift between both the boundaries. The P is definitely too high for you to actually look for it.
So I have to make the S capital, right?
Yes, S capital, it is there, but I would like you to make Smita or Shushmita, right? Shushmita separate and then your last name separate. Make it a boundary, make it a difference there.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely a pleasure. Do we have Rinku's now? I'm waiting for Rinku's.
Yes, I'm sharing it now. So I've also received like a lot of signatures now.
Maybe next time we'll definitely do that.
Yes. So amazing with this.
We'll have part 2 of this.
Of course, yeah. If you guys want to get your signature personally analyzed with Pooja, then feel free to share it to her as well. And she will also she'll reach out to you through your...
Yes, I would. And any of my students will reach out to you. We have a whole student gang there. But if you're sharing your signatures, make sure you're writing your initials down and write a line so that we can get your handwriting too. That would really help. Rinko, what you see is what you get. I think that's what we all can beautifully see. What you see is what you can get. Beautiful signature. I think this is something I'm glad that we are ending up with this. Very clear. You know how you're going, where you're going. You don't have anything to hide. What I think if I come to your house, you'll be same as you will be meeting me in the cafe shop or someplace. One thing I can see in your signature, I'm sure everyone else can see the underline. Right? All of you can see the underline. All of you can see the big R's. Come on, guys. Let's see the leadership qualities in Rinku. She's done for every one of you. Let's do analysis for her. Who wants to go?
She has clarity in thoughts, what she wants to do, what she doesn't want to do.
Beautiful clarity.
Determined, optimistic.
Beautiful. Absolutely. Optimistic, self-reliant, self-made.
And she can compartmentalize things properly.
Absolutely. I think this is something that I would highly recommend everyone to keep that categorization, and you can balance beautiful work-life, beautiful balance you're doing. Hats off to you. I'm so glad that you're ending up with this. What my analysis for you, something different that what other people can give, is something about you that is called as generosity. You're very, very generous. You come across as a very, very generous person. And that's what your USP, if you want to say, people love you because you're very generous. That's something I'll say. Another thing I can tell you about, I don't know about your handwriting, I can see the signatures, that you take time to learn things. You are not the one who will take quick decisions. You will take time to gather the information. You're very, very creative. You will go procedure. Shortcuts are not made for you. You will be, okay, I'll take a little time, but I will be there. So you will take your own sweet time, you will learn, you will investigate, you will do it by your own. If I give you a recipe of cake and you do it, no, you will take your own sweet time. You will look at YouTube, you will read the recipe, you will see someone else doing it. You will try it once, you will try basic vanilla 2-3 times. Once you get the vanilla, my God, then there is no better vanilla than vanilla cake than Rinku's cake. So you take your own time, but when you're there, you know, you will never forget. Once you've learned something, you can always remember it. That's your USP. You'll always know how you've learned it. You might be taking a little time as a student to learn new topics, new subjects, but you grab hold of the concept of it, you're the best at it. You can teach anyone. That's what I can see, different than what other people could see. So Rinku, did we do justice to your signatures?
Absolutely,
no
absolutely, Pooja, absolutely. No shortcut in my life.
Yeah.
If you learn it perfectly. And always I follow procedures. And nobody can manipulate me that you can get away, do this and you can get away. No get away without following procedures. And this is what it has to be. And this way, no shortcut in my life. That's for sure. This is what I follow, and this is what I teach my children as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we could find out only with these 2 words. Imagine what your handwriting says about you and what your handwriting can change. Just a couple of strokes can change so much in your handwriting.
And one more thing to add, a day without kindness or giving away, giving to somebody, it's for me, it's a day of waste. In the morning when I wake up, the first thing in my mind that how much kindness I can share to anybody I meet every day in my life. It's everyone. Everyone is same, and I must come to meet, or I meet somebody with kindness. That's all. That's all. Means nothing else, nothing less, nothing more. Kindness has to be there.
Oh my God. Now this is our time to give their hearts to you.
Oh, thank you.
Such a beautiful signature to wind up the session today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sure you have so many questions, so many things. We can definitely have second session on it. Yes, Juliet. Now we are ready for our
Nurihan, she has been raising her hand, I think, since we started, right?
Yes, Nurihan, you have a question?
Thank you, Rinku. I loved what you said, and I fully support what you're saying. Loved it. And I want to say I'm actually a member of Cairo Toastmasters, where I'm from, Egypt. And I have to admit, with all honesty, this is my favorite Toastmaster meeting. Absolutely my favorite. I didn't feel the time at all. I was entertained. My parents, my mother from UAE, she's living in UAE, and my father, they loved it. So thank you so much for this wonderful session.
And I have been observing one thing. Your father always has smiled throughout the time we started.
Both of them.
Always he's smiling. How happy he is in his life. It shows that how he enjoys his life, how beautiful for him this life is all about. I feel so humble. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, just his smile made me go all this while. Thank you.
For spreading this vibe.
It is so nice of you. It is so nice of you, because this subject, it was affecting me too much when I was young. My handwriting, it was very bad. And therefore I was trying the word is capital words for everybody to know what this is written. Therefore, during my studies in school, in university, I was suffering too much. Therefore, I'm saying handwriting, it is gift. I don't know, because many people, you have beautiful handwriting, and me, I am not. Therefore, the subject, it was very interesting to me, and it is wonderful subject. Thank you.
I do have one question, sorry. Regarding my father's signature, he has 2 different signatures, one in Arabic and one in English. This is his signature. Does he have 2 different types of personality? Or
no, it doesn't mean any such thing. I wish I could see it. Please send me a click on my WhatsApp. I would love to see it. I am not able to see it properly. Yes. No, it doesn't mean any difference. If you guys, all of you can see it, there's hardly any difference in the signatures. So it's pretty, yes, all the strokes are almost same. So I'll not say that he carries two different personalities. That's one thing you can completely remove out of it. Yes, both of them can be analyzed, and I love to analyze it. If you can send me a click of it, just for him, I will do a big analysis and send it.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, looks like no one wants to go home.
So interesting, Pooja. You hooked me.
Thank you.
How about Samir? Samir, how did you like it? Samir is our also guest.
It's just mind-blowing.
Thank you so much.
Please share your feedbacks so that...
Thanks Vicky, for having me here, inviting me. It was really a good session. Actually, I started late. So I started with the Facebook live session. And then I was like, okay, I cannot join today. But I kept on listening. And then the moment I reached home, I wanted to connect on to the Zoom session. My family was around with me listening to it. Everybody is like, we want to get this analyzed. And so thank you, Pooja, and everybody for having this valuable session. It will be great to connect with you guys again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Pooja has something to say, and I think Mangai also has something to say. And Shyam Sundar has his hands up since so long.
Lovely.
It's me first.
Okay.
Yes, woman, please give him some time.
I'll mute. Yes, Shyam, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Just one question I had. Okay, it's I'll greet and I'll say all the good words towards the end. Okay, fine. But let me ask this question. What suppose if a person changes his handwriting or his or her handwriting? Handwriting keeps changing. So does it reflect something or does it mean something?
Yes, absolutely. That's the whole thing called as a graphotherapy. So when I need to change your emotional blueprint, I need to change your handwriting. There are two ways we bring about changes in your emotional life. Very first thing is by hypnotherapy or changing the mind or changing the language. That is more of outside work, changing the thought pattern. And the other way is changing the neural pathways, going from body. So mind to body or body to mind, there are two ways how you change about your new pathways or bring in new understanding. So if you see when you do yoga, you start feeling good about yourself. That is body to mind way of changing your emotional blueprint. And handwriting itself is a yoga. So when you change couple of strokes in your handwriting, you change neural pathways, and from there the mindset changes. And the other way around is doing the meditation or going with neuro-linguistic programming or hypnotherapy, change the mind and the body changes automatically happen. So whenever you change handwriting, things changes in your life. Yes, we say that my handwriting keeps on changing. No, handwriting doesn't keep on changing. The personality traits are always same. If you're, as I write, in fact, I did tell you that you all write T bars from left to right. All of you do that. Now, if your handwriting changes, you don't start writing T bars right to left. It always becomes like, yes, your T bars goes forward sometimes. That shows that right now you're getting temperamental. Some place your T bars bends, that means you're controlling something. That's what we can see, that what is happening in your emotional blueprint. Otherwise, your handwriting remains same. Your personality foundation remains same. Your extrovert, introvert, all these things remain same. Our defense mechanisms remain same. Our fears keep on changing in our handwriting. That we can see in handwriting. And from there, we take the therapy pathway called as graphotherapy. We change handwriting and we change the mindset. It works beautifully with kids who are still writing. With adults, it takes a little time because they're not writing in regular day-to-day life. So we give them 5 minutes in the morning with something to listen upon. So we call it as binaural beats. So it's a whole process of bringing about the change. I hope that answers your question, Jan.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Now you can say all that you wanted to say.
Well, to be very honest with you, actually, okay, let me start. Okay, to be very honest with you, because I just started. I just when I switched on the meeting, when I actually joined the meeting, I was in office actually, so I was very reluctant to join actually. Then when I came to my car, I just switched it on and switched on the Bluetooth. But at the moment I came home, while I was driving, that's why I was switched off my camera actually. So the moment I came home, well, it's lovely and astonishing. I mean, simply beautiful. You've taken the level of information. It's an encyclopedia what you have just provided within a span of 1 or 2 hours. Wonderful.
Thank you so much, means a ton. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you. Shweta, do we still have time to take some aha moments from DTM Mangai? I am looking forward because she is the source of inspiration for me.
Of course. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Pooja. I should thank you for, letting me know that, what are, my potentials or what are the things I have to focus on. Indeed, it is an exceptionally informative session for most of us. I love the part you covered regarding this child psychology, which, I would love to know more about it and work on and help our kids. And it is one of the most, informative sessions I've ever come across. Thanks to you. Thanks to all your good work, and wish to have more in future.
Thank you so much. I think thanks to Club Toasted who gave this opportunity. I'm so glad to be part of this team, Mangal. Okay, so over to you, Shweta. We are done with the session and I'm done with all the aha moments and I'm all full of dopamine rush now. Thank you.
Pooja, it was a long day for me. I finished my classes only at 7 p.m. and I was hesitant to even open. I was in the Uber when I started off with the thing and I joined late. But it was so good that I didn't have any food or any drink, anything, but was just looking at the session. Lots to learn from you. I think we need to have multiple sessions in Club Toasted. And I would kindly encourage you to please start off preparing your speeches around this so that we get the information around from your speeches and from your sessions. Thank you so much for this.
Means a ton.
What you've done today. Thank you, Pooja.
Thank you so much, Juliet. Shweta, over to you.
Thank you so much, Pooja. That was a really fantastic and a very well engaging session. And I believe our audience, not only on Zoom, but also online, enjoyed it because we have reached almost 153 people around the globe. And they all completely enjoyed your session because people kept messaging me on every Facebook post that I shared. They were asking, like, is it going on? I think I miscalculated the time. I was like, it's okay. Please join us live. We are there and we are very much live and conducting this session. And it was a very fabulous one. Do give us a thumbs up if you actually agree that you have totally enjoyed. Wonderful. And with this, I would like to say once again, tell you all, thank you so much for attending our session. And I hope you guys, well, of course, you have taken all valuable insights from our master handwriting analyst, Pujala. And with this note, I would like to hand over back to our president, Deepti. Over to you, Deepti.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shweta. And thank you so much, Pooja, for sharing this knowledge with us tonight. And all the people, I think, audience, needless to ask them their feedback. It is overwhelming feedback and everybody has liked it. We can see that. And this was the 4th segment of our United Colors of Women. And the 5th segment, which is the last segment that is pending, that we will start off from tomorrow. And that is something we all look forward to. Keep watching the spaces. What is that next segment? It's a surprise. And we at Club Toasted, we have this segment it was for 5 days from 3rd to 8th. And Club Toasted it's a specialty Toastmasters club. We meet on 2nd and 4th Saturday of every month from 4 to 6 p.m. And we have a KEO session, which is our specialty, where we keep inviting such people who can share their knowledge on different topics with us. And that is a different way of conducting our meetings, which is our USP. So please keep visiting our club and follow us on our social media handles. And if you want to be a member, you are more than welcome. Be a part of this family to learn more and to grow more. And with this, I would declare this meeting closed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Have a great evening, great morning, and great afternoon wherever you are. It was super fun. You've been the best audience so far. I loved it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.